So you're a photographer who's ready to launch your YouTube channel in 2021, or maybe you've already launched it. Either way, you're wondering how to get it going, get some followers, get on the right track, how to get some growth. Well, I'm going to show you every single step I took to do exactly that today. Before we start, to all you subscribers, welcome back and thank you. You guys rock. And if you're new here, my name is James. I'm a photographer based in Las Vegas, and this channel is all about making photography simple. So hit that subscribe button, you won't be sorry. So YouTube, it can be pretty overwhelming when you're first starting. I mean, I remember when I first started, and I must have made 4 or 5 videos that never even made it to the upload. I mean, it was a show. But then I got serious and I started to study other photographers on YouTube and figured out what was making it work for them. What types of videos were they making? How did they approach it? How did they interact with the camera? How did they get comfortable on the camera? And what made their channels work? And I've broken it down into 5 simple rules that you can follow in order to make your own photography YouTube channel successful. So let's get right into it. Number 1, being a photographer, you're naturally going to wonder what gear you need. And all I can say is forget the gear. I mean, since you're a photographer, whatever camera you're already using is probably more than enough to video in the beginning. And unless you're into videography and you already have a bunch of equipment, don't drive yourself crazy with it. Make it easy on yourself. Start simple. Use the phone that you have to shoot your first videos. That way you don't have to worry about frame rates and shutter speed or picture profiles. You just set the camera up, frame it correctly, hit go, and start talking. Set yourself up next to a nice window with some good sunlight so you don't have to worry about the lights. Get yourself a good small microphone, like something like this, and that's really all you need to start out. It'll make it so much easier on you rather than fumbling around with equipment that you're not comfortable with in a medium that you've never done before. And as far as all of the equipment goes, this is probably the most important piece of all of it. There's nothing worse than clicking on a video, hearing some awful sound or wind that's coming through. It just drives a viewer crazy and they're probably gonna switch off. But then as you get better and you get more comfortable with the gear that you may want or need, you can add things as you progress. But truly, don't drive yourself crazy in the beginning. Start simple. It will make it so much easier for you actually to make videos, which is the most important thing in the beginning. Number 2, make them stay. And the best way to do that is to give value to your viewers. You're already a pro or a serious enthusiast in photography, so you can give your viewers a lot of knowledge that they don't already have. And so your main goal is to help them get there faster and easier. There's nothing worse than trying to dig through a manual for a huge camera and trying to figure out how to operate it. If you know how to do certain things really quickly and well, show them how to do that. It will make it so much worth their time for the 5 or 10 minutes they spend on your video rather than the 20 or 30 minutes they dig through the manual trying to fumble around and figure it out themselves. That's true value. And as I discovered studying other photographers and what made their channels successful, there are 3 types of videos that you need to be making. Number 1 is tutorials. Like I just said, show your viewers how to do things that you know how to do already. Whether it's taking a great wedding portrait or taking an epic landscape or just taking street photos. What do you know and what can you teach them? Number 2, and probably the hardest type of video to make, is reviews. This is a great way to drive people to your channel. They're searching for reviews on equipment, whether it's a few years old or it's a few hours old. They want to know how it works, whether it's any good, whether it's worth the price, what are the advantages and disadvantages of that type of equipment or that piece of equipment, and you can review it and show them those things. They can be super hard to make, especially when you're trying to show examples of using that equipment, but they can be super rewarding. And number 3 is insights. So you've shown them the what and the how, but show them the why behind the equipment they're using and how they're using it. So they may know that you need a certain shutter speed or aperture in order to create a photo, but show them exactly why they're doing that. Make your viewers smarter and they will truly appreciate it. And you can do this vlog style or behind the scenes or in a technical format, but give them insight into the why behind the what they're doing. and then just keep making those 3 types of videos. Even if you want to do vlog style type videos as well, in the beginning, it's super important to be doing those types of videos as a photographer. And they all feed into number 3, which is make them come back. Look, a viewer clicked on your video for the information that you were giving them, but they'll come back because they like you or they trust you. And so you have to work to gain that trust. So don't review something unless you truly believe in it or you're willing to show why you don't believe in it. And if you're not willing to do that, just don't review it. Also, give up your secrets, the keys to your success or your type of photography. If you have a super distinctive style, show people how you get that style. Don't be guarded with your secrets about how you create your type of images. If you help your viewers be successful themselves, they'll give you a like or a comment or maybe even a follow. And that's just the start because you're trying to form a community, not just a following. And that community is what will help drive your channel forward and expose you to other people. So answer the comments best you can, especially those comments that are questions about how you did something or a problem that they have or they're trying to overcome or just understand something that you have knowledge of. So be honest and sincere and available. And this brings us to number 4, which is accelerate your growth by playing the algorithm game. Look, YouTube is the number 2 search engine in the world behind just their parent company, Google. And you can use this to your advantage. You can make videos about topics that people are searching for and drive people to your channel. Now, there are a ton of videos out there about what plugins to use and how to use them, and I'm not going to get into all that, but I'm going to tell you exactly how I go about choosing a subject and a title. So the first thing I do is I think about a video that I may want to make and I get a general idea of the title I might use. And then I use a plugin called Keywords Everywhere, and this shows me how many times that subject has been searched over the past month. So I get an idea of whether that subject may drive people to my channel. And this also helps me hone in on exactly what the subject should be. So for instance, if you're an astrophotographer and you're thinking about making a video about how to take a photo of the Milky Way, you may figure out through your research that a better video to make may be how to take a photo of the Milky Way using a smartphone, for instance. So the next plugin I use to check on titles and subjects is called TubeBuddy. And this tells me just how many videos have been made on that subject. So if I see that I'm thinking about making a video about something that there's already a million videos about, that may not be the best video for my channel to make. But conversely, if I see that there's just been a few thousand videos made on that subject, that may be perfect for my channel. Another thing I spend a lot of time on is the thumbnail. And the sad truth is that you have less than 1 second to grab the attention of a potential viewer before they scroll right past your thumbnail and click on a different video. Now, on a separate but somewhat related note, I remember this article I was reading in Time magazine a few years ago about how Microsoft was doing a study about human attention span. And they were looking at the EEGs of humans to determine how the attention span has changed since the year 2000. And what they found was human attention span had decreased from 12 seconds down to 8. And what's significant and a little bit sad about that is that a similar study done on goldfish had found that the average attention span of a goldfish is 9 seconds. So what I mean is that you literally have milliseconds to grab the attention of otherwise distracted viewers before they're gone and looking for something else that's shiny. And you're a photographer, so you can showcase your skills in that thumbnail. It's literally the first impression you have with a potential viewer, so use it to your advantage. And finally, number 5, just be yourself. And what I mean by that is not just being authentic and honest, but show people your point of view. What makes you different? What makes you unique? As for me, I'm interested in editorial and lifestyle fashion photography and landscape photography in the desert with a retro feel. But what makes you unique? What's your point of view? Are you a wedding photographer from the Midwest? Or maybe a sports photographer from Australia? Or a street photographer from London or Berlin? What makes you unique and what's your point of view? What makes you different from all the other photographers out there? Inject this style and this personality into your videos and show your viewers how you're different. And finally, if you're wondering if it's already too late or too crowded for photographers on YouTube, don't be. I mean, I personally watch 5 to 10 videos a day, maybe 50 to 100 a week, and I'm constantly looking for new content and new creators. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. And there are only more and more people getting onto YouTube as a platform and new photographers looking for information. And whatever your point of view is and where you come from, they may resonate with you. So don't be worried, just start now. Okay, I hope that those insights helped. And if you feel like they did, please hit that like button, as that definitely helps. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell to stay in the loop around here. And I'll see you in the next video.